Hello everyone, hope you're doing okay. Happy Saturday. It's another time of, well, the week again for another live review. And what do we have this time? Well, we've got the McVitie's Victoria Classic Biscuit Selection, as you probably guessed from the title. Hope you're doing okay, and yeah, hope you can make it, Scotty. Fingers crossed you're still about, but if not, hopefully you'll turn up later on. Usually do, so yeah. Yeah, so we did, what did we do? The Family Circle collection, I think, before Easter, wasn't it? I think, long story short was, yeah, it was just before the Easter craze kicked in, and I was doing lots of Easter yeah, shenanigans and mystery reviews as well, actually, of course, as well. Yeah, so I thought I'd just go back to some of the more simpler ones and just do regular ones for a bit, just to mix it up a bit, so rather than just doing the same thing all the time, you know, just having a bit of a variant. So go back to chocolate selections, biscuit selections, mystery reviews, do a bit of a mix, basically. I thought that'd be quite a nice way of doing it, really. So yeah, so hopefully you can hear me okay, and hopefully everyone's all right. What's the weather like today? Mixed, I think you'd probably say. Not too bad though. You could go outside, at least that's something. So yes, I hope everyone's doing all right. Let me know how you're doing. Yeah, so I've got just to let you know, but I'm thinking of doing perhaps a midweek live video as well. Probably not reviews, maybe just like sort of unboxing type things, you know, in quotes. Maybe of my sort of like stash of chocolate, just going through things that I'm potentially going to review or trying to review, or coming up to nearing their expiration date that I need to review and stuff like this. So maybe just go over a few things and just have general chats and stuff like that. I thought it'd be a bit of a nice one. Yeah, partly because I can't keep ploughing my face with with sweets every day. As much as you probably think I do, I don't really during the week. You know, I cut down during the week, and at the weekends I do my reviews and things. So I basically have a bit of a calm period during the week, essentially, where I'm trying not to eat much at all. So yeah, so as much as I'd love to do live reviews every day of the week, I can't really. My body just wouldn't allow it. So there we go. So here we are. So what have we got? Yes. So basically, a selection of I think these are sort of a bit more the Family Circle ones. Let's face it, were a bit sort of, I don't know, very unexciting. They were quite typical biscuits, really. These ones are a bit of a halfway house between indulgent biscuits and those typical ones. So they're sort of a bit more chocolate involved. You can see there's only two instances where chocolate's not involved in these biscuits, and one of which has chocolate on the other side. This one here. So yeah, so we can have a look at. I've got the. Just before I start, actually, I thought, why not do that screenshot thing I usually do? And yeah, here we go. So not quite neat. I mean, I'm a bit of a. I prefer thing. You know, I'd like this to be symmetrical and level, and unfortunately, it's not. So it it winds me up a bit, but you know, I've got to give myself some slack, I guess. So what have we got? Yeah, chocolate chip cookie, milk chocolate square. I thought I said mint for a minute. Milk chocolate wheel. So these two, well, you know, one's a wheel, one's a square. Is there any other difference? Fully coated milk chocolate digestive. So okay, well, that sounds quite interesting. Half coated milk chocolate shorty. Half coated. Okay, so on the front. In fact, that's not even there, is it? So we've got a problem already. This is taken from the back of this box, by the way. So it wasn't on the front of the box. So all right, maybe we've got some extra ones we didn't know about, or hopefully it's not ones that don't appear in this set. The choc crumble, half coated plain chocolate cookie, milk chocolate shortcake, and white choc crumble. So I've got a white chocolate one as well. So these do sound pretty varied and pretty interesting, don't they? I have to say, I'm quite excited about these ones. You know, I mean, they're not going to be, you know, they're not going to be biscuits that blow your socks off, I don't think. But they definitely seem to probably be a step up from the Family Circle selection, I would say. But there we go. So the box is quite nice. Got that spot UV type affair there, where you can see the shine on some of them there. I don't know if you can quite make that out. Of course, on the back as well, it's the same. Yeah, not too bad. Quite a sort of typical sort of naming Victoria, quite classic British English type affair, isn't it? But there we go. Hi Scotty, yeah, you're out. Never mind, no worries, no worries. It's not like it's 4 o'clock every week, but never mind. No, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. It's a difficult time sometimes. It's just one of those, isn't it? But hopefully you can make the midweek one or catch up as well. So yeah, but don't worry. Hope you're having a lovely day. So there we go. What have we got there? An indulgent biscuit selection with milk, dark and white chocolate. There we go. It's not quite focused in on that for you there, but I just about managed to read it. I don't know why it doesn't focus in sometimes. I think it's because there's something it's trying to focus in on. There we go, you can see there. Contact us Monday to Friday, it says as well. Yeah, do we have any calories or anything like that? Doesn't seem like we do actually have any calories, at least not on this side. Yeah. Unusual one, that's okay. No calories on there. I guess it's quite difficult with the biscuits, of course. Hi Andrew, how are you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Glad you could make it. Glad you can make it. Hope you're doing alright. Oh, there we go. We've got palm oil in there, so it's you can just see there, just my fingertip palm. There we go. Yeah, so it's focused out again, of course. I don't know what to do about that camera focusing in and out. I think it's just one of those, isn't it? There we go, palm, there we are. Okay, so yeah, so you're doing all right, Andrew? Hope you're doing okay. Weather's not too bad here today, but not too bad. Quite cloudy, but warm, I think, is the gist of it. Let's give this an open then. Let's see what the distribution's like. I imagine, as is always the case with these things, we'll have probably loads of the rubbish ones and a few of the good ones. Yeah, there's no excuse in the family circle one, from what I remember, because they had basically there was room for more, but the sort of trough where the biscuits sat only went down so far. You know, so we'll see if that's the case with this one. A nice box. Okay, so move that to one side slightly. Okay, so it's moved about a bit, I'd definitely say, but there we go. So you can see, well, here we go. You can see I mean, without even opening it, you can already see this one here. There's like one of them, I think. One of them, that can't be right. It looks like it's a fully coated digestive, which is good. I don't know if you can see underneath there. Look at that. You could at least fit two in there, and you've just purposefully done it so it only has one. You know, so it's terrible, that, isn't it? That is really bad. That really poor, really poor. But it has been a new addition, that, because it's they've only recently done those fully coated milk chocolate digestives. So yeah, but we'll see, because if that is one anyway. What's the other one it could be? There seems to be two, actually. I don't really know, because there's this one here, the top right, which actually might be the fully coated ones. And then there's this one in the middle, which I don't know what it is. I think it's the milk chocolate shortcakes. There we go. So we've only got one of those. Yeah, this one here, in the middle there at the bottom. I don't know if you can see my mouse on the screen, mouse pointer. But yeah, so okay, so there's only one of them when it could easily be two. You know, I mean, I realise some of them are thicker than others, but as you've seen, that protrusion at the bottom is stopping it from having any more when it could have. I'm just giving them an opening. Quite well sealed, actually, as I said. Probably one of the better seals I've come across. Okay, so yeah, so here we go. So you can see what I mean there. This where is it now? It's not like I'm looking in the mirror, you see. I'm looking in the proper reflection. Everything's not the mirrored image that I'm used to. There you go, there it is. So you can see that. Look at all that space there. You know, it's ridiculous, that. Let's try and organise it better to how it should be. Smells quite nice though, actually. I have to say, there's a nice smell coming from it. And I'm quite impressed that there's quite a few of the fully coated milk chocolate digestives. I think there's definitely more of those than I would have expected. I would have expected there to be one of them, if anything. But yeah, look, see, just one of those. Just one of them, you know. That's that. I mean, it's just poor, that. There's no excuse for that at all. There really isn't. I don't get it. Everything else seems to be pretty well distributed. Although these ones as well, these ones at the front here, you can see there's that. You could fit another one in there, so there could be one extra of those, and there could be one extra of these here. You know, there's just nothing in that. You know, everything else seems to be okay to be honest. I can't see any other false bottoms. I mean, you could perhaps argue that these ones here could go down deeper, but there is, you know, they could do basically. You can see on this side here, you know, they don't go down that deep, so you could potentially get 6 in probably. But I can kind of understand why they've not done that, because they are thin ones, so you are getting 3 in there. It might be a bit too much to have 6 of them compared to just 2 or 3 of the others, but there we go. Yeah. Yeah, but that's it, Andrew. Yeah, I was just saying before you came, actually, basically they're kind of like a mid-range biscuit, aren't they, between sort of fully indulgent ones, like your Fox's biscuits, and the family circle ones, which are very basic. So they're kind of like an in-between set of biscuits, really, which is good and bad, I guess. You know, relatively. I think definitely seems to be a step up from the family circle ones. And there's a white chocolate biscuit as well, Andrew, you might be interested in. White chocolate crumble, yes. And then the second from there right at the bottom. Yeah, so white chocolate crumble. Not bad at all, that, not bad at all. Yeah, so an interesting set, actually. No dark chocolate, but, you know, definitely a good selection, I'd say, here. Okay. So I think, I don't think I'll be moving up and down, I think, today, because I think it's just easier just because there's so many of them. I think I'll just lift them up and show them individually, I think, as I do. I think I'll do it that way, I think that's probably better. So, if someone's got any preference, maybe we should go from top left to bottom right. So, chocolate chip crumble all the way to the half-coated milk chocolate shorty, and then choc crumble to milk chocolate biscuit. Yeah, or maybe we should, yeah, maybe we'll do that. And I mean, but let me know what you think. I don't know, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Difficult. I do have a trusty cup of coffee here that I've placed on a don't know what you call it, a tea caddy or something. One of these with tea lights underneath it, you know. Yeah, so yeah, keeping it warm. Hopefully, seems like it's quite warm. Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, so there we are. So hopefully, I might be able to show you actually. I'll see if I can show you. You'll see all the other nonsense. I've got a drink to the side as well. Let's just see. Ooh, there we go. The mobile camera. You can kind of see there the coffee. Some other stuff in the background as well. You can see on the tea lights as well there. Lit up. There we go. So that's a bit of a hint of everything in the background. See my Lego Technic thing as well there. Honestly, but there we go. Yeah, so just have to try and sort the camera out so it's straight again. Yeah. Okay, I think that's about right. It's probably about right. Okay, there we go. Hi Rick, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Good to see you again. Good to see you. Hope you had a good Easter. Have you finished all your 500 cream eggs? Pringles flavour, eh? Pringles. Well, I mean, I'm probably purist and I always like salt and vinegar. I think salt and vinegar, I think I mentioned this in another video, when I was living abroad for a time. They don't do in Europe. They don't do sort of salt and vinegar crisps basically, and so Pringles were the only way to have salt and vinegar crisps. So yeah, they were my sort of saviour, if you like, you know. Yeah. Okay, so let's try the chocolate chip cookie. Two of these in the set. So let's have a look at it. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a. So is this the chocolate? Oh no, okay, that's the white chocolate. So basically, the white chocolate one is the same as the. Yeah. Look at these. This is the white chocolate one here. Basically, it's just a white chocolate cookie, and it does have. You can see, I thought that was when reviewing another biscuit in the past. I thought these ones at the bottom were not white chocolate, but it's where white chocolate sort of burns at the bottom. When it's been in contact with the tray, it kind of goes that colour. Well, having said that, those at the side are clearly not white chocolate, are they? So, yeah, it looks like there's a mix of normal chocolate in there as well, which is a bit strange. Okay, so there we go. So let's have a look. A bit of the old measure-rooney. Yeah. Yeah. You like salt and vinegar as well, do you, Andrew? Yeah, good taste there. Good taste. Let's measure the diameter of this one. 5.3 centimetres, 5.4. And the height. About 1.17, 1.18. 1.2 even. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, this is Andrew. Yeah, never heard of it in Italy. Yeah. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, that was the same. It was in Holland I was in, and yeah, basically just don't do it. They always have paprika flavour, I think, is the equivalent, basically. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah. So funny one, that, isn't it? You don't think about that, but yeah, I guess it's because we have it on chips as well, don't we, and stuff like that. But there we go. Or the crisps rather, not chips. Yeah, well, chips. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So what's the or fries, I guess, if you're yes, not from the UK. Hi Joe, how are you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Hope you had a lovely Easter last week. I can't believe it's a week ago already since Easter. It's crazy that, really. Lay's salt and vinegar. Yeah, well, true. Yes. Yeah, they're called Walkers in the UK, Lay's. But yeah, they are the sort of typical, go-to flavour, I think. Yeah, and they are a bit nicer, I think, generally. Yeah. Although the old classic company was Golden Wonder in the UK. But they're not really as prominent anymore. You do see them sometimes, but not quite rarely in random shops and things like this. So yeah. So how are you, Joe? What's your favourite crisp or chip, as I guess you might refer to them as? In the UK, chips are basically fries. So yeah, there we go. Bit of a language difference there, but there we are. Might be confusing, but there we are. Okay, so let's just give this a bit of a snap then. This chocolate chip one. So. Yeah, so snapped it there. You can see on one side, no real chips at all. Could be a bit unlucky there, but the other one has got some. Yeah. Okay, let's give it a bit of a taste. I imagine this is quite a standard affair, really. Standard affair, but there we are. Let's give it a go. Quite, if short's the right word, I think it might be. Biscuit. It's quite, nice and crumbly. I think short means crumbly, basically, so that's what I'm kind of getting at. Not bad, actually, A bit, nice cooking. You get enough chocolate chips in there as well. We'll give it the old dunkage test as well, because I think every biscuit deserves a dunk, so let's have a see. Yes, let's go. It's Melts it quite well, that actually, because it's quite short or whatever, crumbly. Definitely definitely works. That it absorbs it quite well. Yeah, it's not bad biscuit actually. No, not nothing groundbreaking. Yeah, you've not missed anything. Not missed anything, Jar. Don't worry. Yeah, just start. That's the first biscuit basically. Starting in the top left, going to the top right. Essentially a mid-range set of biscuits between more indulgent ones like Fox's in the UK, which you might not know of, and also the Family Circle ones, which we reviewed a few weeks back. Yes, but they are in. Okay, done. Yeah, I'm surprised, Andrew, it took so long actually, especially after. But I think once Oreo did their sort of coated biscuits officially, surely it was only a matter of time. I don't know why I don't do it with every single biscuit under the sun, even ones that have chocolate on them anyway. Just cover them again in chocolate, But like this one here, this cookie, cover it in chocolate. Cover it in chocolate. The white chocolate one, this one, cover it in chocolate. Even if it's white chocolate, just cover it in chocolate. Every biscuit, just needs having just covered in chocolate again. And you could perhaps argue this one's already covered in chocolate. Well, cover it in chocolate again, why not? Yeah. Honestly, yeah. So what are you having for lunch, Joe? Anything nice? Yes, yeah, no, don't. I understand that, Rick. I think Andrew's got a selection of Terry's white chocolate oranges that he's basically bought about. I don't know how many he bought, but essentially he's keeping for a long time. They technically go out of not out of print, out of production, I guess. So they can be worth quite a lot on eBay as well. So Andrew could be in for us making a small fortune there, but yeah. So that chocolate chip cookie, pretty standard cookie really, but not too bad actually. I quite like that, and I think it was better than probably better than like a Maryland equivalent of a chocolate chip cookie. I think it was nice the way it was quite crumbly. It was quite nice. I think it wasn't a bad one actually. Not going to blow your socks off, but nonetheless, a bit above average. 3.5 out of 5. That one. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, a good start. That one, good start. By the way, last week when I reviewed the Hotel Chocolate, milk chocolate, I think the first chocolate I had, I gave a 5 out of 5, I think, and I think that was I had it again because there was 2 of them after the review, and it was a bit more standard affair actually. I think it was because I was basically had nothing to eat pretty much all day and was desperate for chocolates, and I think that's probably so I think really it was probably a 4 out of 5, or maybe 3.5, but probably a 4. So I don't think it was quite that good. So there we go. Chicken squash salad and olive oil. Very nice. Yes, very nice. You'd probably say that was very Mediterranean if you lived on this side of the world, but yeah, I guess. Oh, glad you had something nice, Chow. Yes, no chocolate though. No chocolate covered chicken. So you say chips as well, do you, Rick? See, okay, yes, yeah, crisps, yeah. So, I mean, basically, it's one of those where, again, so we call these biscuits, like you can see, classic biscuit collection. This up might be cookies to you. But some things are cookies, like you see chocolate chip cookie, that biscuit there, that's a cookie to us. So it's that actual type of biscuit that I just had now is referred to as a cookie. So it's usually the round ones with chocolate chips in. They're cookies, basically. So the choc crumble is a cookie, and the white choc crumble is a cookie as well. They're what we refer to as cookies. And it's the same with crisps. So we have like, probably like Doritos, we refer to them as probably chips, and you'd say, we would say chips and dips, we do have that phrase, stuff like this. So so it's one of those. So it's kind of, our language has kind of broadened a bit to be more specific with it, really. So yeah, so it's an interesting one. Okay, so milk chocolate square. So we've got 3 of these, 3 of those. Not bad. And you would argue that not really much thicker than this cookie one. So why there couldn't be 3 cookies, I don't know. I mean, it's a bit bigger, the cookie. It's a bit hard for me to keep it balanced so you can see it. But not massively so. So I don't know, it could be, obviously, it could be on the cusp of just having... Yeah, maybe. But you know what I mean. But it is a bit thicker, I guess, so we might maybe give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so you can see this one's got a square, a bit like one of those old Chinese coins, or Japanese coins. Chinese, I think, with holes in them. I think they might be spherical, but either way, you know what I mean. Let's see. So about 5.1 there. Is it the same on the other side? Not quite as wide on the other side. 4.7, 4.8. Round up. Thickness. It's a bit knobbly, but about 0.8 centimeters. Before I might have said something was 1 cent. Well, no, I think I did get it right. But anyway, 0.8 centimeters. There we go. Let's give it a bit of a snap then. Yeah, weird weather in there. Oh, it's jam. You see. Yeah, jam as well. Yeah, jam. So basically, jam in the UK is what you call jelly, is it? I think. I'm not sure. There's Jello, isn't there? I'm not sure. Jam is what you spread on toast and things, on butter. Okay, yeah. So, okay. So you call it jam as well? Yes, yeah. Yeah, this is Rick, by the way. Yeah, and yeah, I think in the UK, in the US, they call it. Is it? I'm not sure what they call it. Jelly. I think jelly is what they spread on bread, and Jello is the wobbly stuff. Excuse me, is the wobbly stuff. Oh, Need to clear my throat. The wobbly stuff. You get it's a dessert type thing. Yeah. So there we go. We call that jelly. Yes, snowing. Yeah, we had snow as well. We had snow this week actually, Andrew. I don't know if it's snowing where you are here, but yeah, we had funny weather here. It was snowing, and it was sunny at the same time as well. So it's sunny and snowing, which is I've never seen before. But it's typical UK weather. That. So there we go. Yes, there we are. There we go. Not too bad then. Bit of another shortbready type centre. So it's focusing on my face, I think. So I'll try and stop that. There we go. It's a webcam basically, so I think it's got software in it that makes it focus on faces. I think that's the gist of it. So there we are. So pretty nice, pretty thin layer of chocolate, but we'll give it a go. Not bad, you know. It's one of those where it's the type of biscuit that's on its own would be quite plain, but with that layer of chocolate, it really does enhance it. A bit shortbready as well. This one, shortbready, shortcakey. Not sure what the difference is, but that biscuit anyway. Really shortbread, isn't it? Might be exactly the same. You know, this is pretty nice, this, you know. I mean, again, I've got that problem where I'm not really eating anything today, so I'm quite desperate for But so take that as you will. But even so, I do think this is actually not too bad. Let's give a bit of a dip. Bit of a dip in the old coffee. There you go. Yes. Doesn't really enhance that one as much as the chocolate chip cookie. That one really that one really was enhanced by it. This one's a bit too yeah, it's not quite crumbly enough to absorb the coffee as well, but so it doesn't really enhance from that point of view. But it's not bad again, not bad at all, that one. I'd say it's definitely I'd say probably a digestive is the average biscuit, a 3 out of 5. I think this one's definitely a bit more pleasant than that. So I think for me, yeah, it's another solid 3.5 out of 5. Not bad, that one, not bad. Yeah. I'm guessing that your message that was retracted there was probably to explain that you call it jam as well. So sorry about that. Yeah, I misread your message at first. But yeah, there's a bit of a delay, by the way. So if you ever there's about a 6-second delay between what you see on the screen and me replying to it, I think. So I don't know if there's then a delay in it coming back to you, my answer. I'm not sure, but there we go. So it could be about a 12-second round trip basically. But so far, both of these have been quite nice. Yeah. So now we've got the. Yes, what's it? The milk chocolate wheel. Yes, there's 3 of these. Look, are these going to be any different than the squares? I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, a bit thicker actually. Now this is the point. These are thicker, and you have got 3 of these. Yeah. So why can't? Okay. There's this. Maybe you could say this cookie one is slightly thicker again. Which cookie did I have before? I don't know which one I had now. I'm not sure which one I had before, actually. I don't know which one I've had. I think it might have been... Okay, I think it was the milk chocolate one, wasn't it? But I've got 2 of each of the others. Yeah, that's a bit strange. Did I even have one? That's what I'm sure I did do. Yeah, I had the chocolate chip cookie, didn't I? I don't know whether I had the white chocolate one or the milk chocolate one, because they've both got 2 of each in, so I'm not sure what's happened there. I don't know what happened there at all. I'm not sure. I could have had the white chocolate one. I'm not too sure now. Yes. Yeah, what used to be was tricycle. There you go. I think that's it, Andrew. I think that's it. Yeah, you feel I don't like taste nice and really. Yeah, exactly. I feel and drink as well. If you ever have like if you ever water tastes amazing if you're really thirsty. It's a funny one really. Yes. Okay, pancreas flour. I see. Well, yeah. Yes. I mean, what's it on the box? I didn't really see what the. Well, the sugar, there's nothing, let's see, it doesn't really give you the calories in it, to be honest with you. Oh yes, hang on a sec, I completely missed it. It does on the right there. Let's have a see. So, let's just cover my face, hopefully. Yeah, so per 100 grams, 505 calories. So, on the very lower end of typical sort of sweet products, I guess. These are biscuits, of course, but in a chocolate range, it's usually 500 to 550. 25.4 grams of fat, 13.2 of which are saturates. Which sugar's 31.1 grams. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know, Joe. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. But maybe compared to other biscuits and things. Yeah, I don't know. But Yeah, see, 30 grams out to 60 flour. Does it actually say what to... Yeah, it doesn't specifically say what's flour in it or whatever. Yeah, might say on the percentage somewhere. Well, I'll hover it over so you can perhaps have a see, but I can't see anything obvious about percentage with flour and stuff. But well, definitely an interesting one. Yeah, it's an interesting one, that one, Joe. Yes, yeah. I think yeah, I think the thing is, flour is quite high in calories, isn't it? That's the problem. So you know, obviously it's better for you, you know, than sugar, of course. But yeah, so still means things are quite high in calories. So it's not indicative of the fact that there's less sugar in. You know, because flour, as I say, is quite high in calories. You know, that's what you know. I don't know if you've seen what is it, The Equalizer with Denzel Washington, where basically there's one scene at the end where he bursts a load of flour bags, I think, and basically then they're combustible essentially because they're full of energy. Just they blow up. He sends like, I don't know, throws a lighter on it or something. Basically causes the whole thing to blow up. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so yes, how do you know that, Joe? By the way, you're doing a bit of research there. You must be. I mean, I get the impression you're a bit of a chocolate expert. You said something a couple of weeks back as well that did tell me that you knew your stuff. So yeah, yeah, well done. Good knowledge there. Good knowledge. Yeah. I do hope to be doing Marks and Spencer stuff. Marks and Spencer, Aldi and Lidl, they're definitely places I want to raid a bit more, basically. Yeah, a bit difficult. Brush the biscuit crumb on the bottom of this. So let's see. So 4.65, 4.7 centimetres in diameter. On the other side, a bit less, about 4.4. So it's not a perfect circle, but I guess we probably didn't expect that. And the height, 0.85. Now I feel like I've imagined eating something before because I don't know what I had to the first biscuit, that chocolate chip cookie. I don't know what's gone on there because I've got 3 of each of. I've got 2 left of the regular chocolate chip and the milk and the white chocolate chip. So I don't know which one I had. I definitely didn't have 2 biscuits. I'm sure of it. So I don't know if you noticed anything. I thought I'd have the milk chocolate one, but I think maybe I had the white chocolate one by accident. But it's very odd that I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know why there's one less, one fewer. You can see them on the end there. They're both the same. They both seem to cover about the same. So I don't get it at all. I don't know what's happened there. Got a different bottom. I think I must have had the milk chocolate one. Yeah, it's another one as well. They've got like a false bottom. Like I don't know if you can see these ones here. There's no lip at the bottom of this one. See if I can show it you somehow without spilling everything. You can see there's like a circular bottom. There's no lip there. So it's quite flat at the bottom, just with a bit of a pattern. But then if I look at the white chocolate one, it has a raised bottom. Can you see there? So you fit it, so there's actually a gap there, so you can't fit more in. So basically they've purposefully made it so that they can only put 2 of the white chocolate ones in as opposed to 3, which I'm assuming there was of the milk chocolate ones. So it's pretty poor that, and they're both exactly the same size. And I was about to say that these ones are pretty much, not quite, but not too far off it. But I think the fact that, you know, they've managed to get 3 of these in and only 2 of these in, and they are the same, it's pretty poor. You know, I just hate this falseness about it, that they've purposefully made it so that some biscuits are, you know, just won't fit in because of the way they've done the packaging. It's just terrible, really. Especially the one there's only one of. I mean, to only have one of something in this biscuit selection is terrible because someone's going to pinch it, you know. So only one person can experience it, really. Yeah. So yes, you have to tell me your secrets, Joe. How you know all this stuff? You know, are you in the food industry or are you just you just do your research? I mean, it's good that you do it, really. I mean, I've just must say, it makes me look bad, really. I should have been more knowledgeable about these things, but I guess I just pick stuff up as I go along, really. But yeah, you know, it's interesting actually that you say things like that. So something definitely to look out for. But they don't really give you a flour weightage on products that I've seen anyway. Yeah. So all right, let's give us a bit of a snap. Okay, so you can see this one here. Probably a bit of a good, maybe less biscuit than the square one, maybe more chocolate because of the surface area. So that might be the difference. Yeah. Missing. Yes, that was ridiculous. That wasn't it. I mean, yeah. Those you didn't see in my review from yesterday, I think it was the Thornton's caramel shortcake bites or whatever they were called. The actual product says 10 caramel shortcake bites, and I got 9 in mine. Didn't get 10 at all, which is terrible, isn't it? Because when you think about it, you know, when I've seen these documentaries or whatever where they're showing how things are produced, basically they weigh things at the ends to make sure that there's no foreign bodies in there. You know, no, I don't know, you know. Let's not beat about the bush, no dead rats or anything in there, you know what I mean? So the fact that these didn't pick this up when it left, because if you imagine, they might think, well, it doesn't weigh more than it should do, so it's fine. So they might have only got a check to check it doesn't weigh more. But then if you've got one with only 9 in, and then you have the dead rat or whatever that weighs less than one of the biscuits, or dead whatever it is, dead fly, you know, they will still weigh less, won't it? You know, so they won't pick it up. So it's pretty poor, actually, quality control, that, when you think about it. And then the fact it looked like one of them had been slightly damaged, which may have been related to the fact that one wasn't in there. So pretty poor. And then the fact that you could have fit 30 in there as opposed to just the 10 because of the space. It was just terrible. Yeah, debacle all around, really, that. Yeah, I want to say, okay, yes. I'm working as okay, there we go. I thought so, Joe. Yeah, I thought so, yes. The clues were there, as you say, yes. I see. Very interesting. That interesting. Yeah, an interesting point. That really something you don't really think about. You know. Yeah. And I must say, my knowledge is lacking in that sort of thing. Okay, let's give this one a bit of a taste. We'll taste this bit actually. Okay. Very similar to the milk chocolate square. I thought it said mint chocolate. You know, I think that would have been quite interesting. Mint chocolate square, but And the gist of it is, it's just slightly different because of the fact there's more surface area taken up with chocolate. In theory, let's give it a bit of a dunk. I think it'll be the same difference. We're not going to get much of an absorption here. Yeah. Same as the milk chocolate square. I can't really taste that much difference, really, even with this supposed surface area increase of chocolate. Very nice, actually. Very nice still. Lovely, definitely above average biscuit. Doesn't taste too bad when dunked. It doesn't really enhance it too much, as I say. It melts the chocolate a bit, but, you know. Yeah, very nice again. Not definitely a strong set so far. You know, I'm impressed with these. Not going to say blow your socks off, but definitely above average so far. So yeah, 3.5 out of 5. That one again. Very tasty. Just nice to have. You know, they're not so far. They're not like there's nothing special in them like creams or anything like that. They're just biscuit with chocolate on. Which is fine. Yeah, which is fine. Yeah. So obviously, probably not too calorific like Jao was saying, really, because there's no craziness going on. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5. Not bad. I mean, that's the problem, isn't it, really? Things are going to taste better with more sugar in and more stuff like that in. You know, it's just generally the case. I mean, obviously, there are some lucky people who think lettuce is the best thing ever, you know, and that's fine. And if you do that, you know, I mean, for me, lettuce would be better if covered in chocolate. You know what I mean? But there are people out there who are very lucky and, you know, very lucky, I guess, you know, who really love healthy stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. I'm just not one of those people. What can I say? I can't deny it. Yeah. So we've got a fully coated milk chocolate digestive. I'm very impressed with this because they've actually included 3 of these, and I would have said this is probably one of the stronger biscuits in this set, and they have actually included 3 of them. So I'm very impressed with that. Very impressed. I thought, you know, this is one way I would have thought, oh, maybe they're only going to include 1 of them or something. Yeah. So interested about your career there, Joe. You have to tell us more about it, really. Yeah. So any other things you've noticed that are quite interesting? What to say, really? It sounds quite an interesting role to have, especially in regards to confectionery and things. This one here about oh my god, let's do that again. Yeah, about 8.5 millimeters there. Yeah, something like that. 0.9 centimeter, almost a centimeter. Let's do the diameter. So I'm quite glad that they have included these ones. I think they could have easily just kept this set the same, but they've obviously upgraded it a bit. Yeah, pretty much 6 centimeters in diameter there. There's one side that's a flat bottom here, so we'll do it there, see what that says. I think it's slightly thinner. Well, it's about 5.8, 5.9 centimeters. So it's about 6 centimeters basically. I think it probably would have normally been. So this one's going to be quite a bit difficult to snap. Let's try it. Oh, no, it's not at all. Now, I don't reckon this is actually as thick coated as the regular fully coated digestives because they were quite difficult to snap. This snapped very easily. You can see it's quite a thin coating. I don't think these are the same as the fully coated digestives at all. They're really not. You can see the thickness is not there. They were really thick chocolate on those when I reviewed them, to the point where I actually struggled to snap some of them. to an extent, of course. I mean, you know, but yeah. So these are definitely been. I mean, you know, well, there was the hobnobs and the digestives. I'm not sure, but they were definitely not easy to snap anyway. But I could be, you know, as I say, I could be remembering the hobnobs over the digestives, but I am quite sure they had thicker chocolate than that. You know, yeah. Okay. Let's give it a taste then. Let's do it. I think it's again similar affair going on. I think. Let's give it a go. Similar to the other two, the milk chocolate wheel and the milk chocolate square. To be honest with you, maybe slightly different biscuits. To be honest, I mean, it's hard to tell, of course. But I think it's a slightly different biscuit. It's not a bad one. Obviously, it's a digestive, so it is the average biscuit. I think by default, you know, I said the average biscuit was a digestive, and this is covered in chocolate, so we are looking at higher than, unless it was terrible chocolate, a higher than a 3. I can't quite recall what I gave the fully coated digestives, but I think they were a bit. I don't feel like this is the same. Bit of a dunkage here. Bit more of a surface area to absorb the drink there. And it's a bigger biscuit as well all round. You know, it's just bigger, so it just lasts longer. More to it, you know. It's not bad at all. That, you know, not bad. I mean, I can't remember. I'm a bit worried now that might be inconsistent here. But I think this one was definitely. I don't know if I can. Could I give it a 4? I'm not sure. I mean, it's one of those where definitely better than the other. I think the milk chocolate square and the wheel. I think it's definitely better than those. It's just more about it. Really. I think you could perhaps say there's less chocolate. Really, I feel like this isn't the same as the fully coated digestive one that you get separately. You get 6 in a pack. This definitely is. It's not as thick. I don't know. I'm quite sure of that. It just doesn't feel the same quality, the same biscuit really, even though the concept's the same. It's close to a 4, but I think I'm still going to err on the side of not quite a 4. So I'm going to. It's definitely a high 3.5, a low 4, but I think I'm still going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I think, but it's definitely the better one. I think it's probably the best one yet. Maybe slightly similar to the chocolate chip cookie actually, because that had a quite nice, very crumbly biscuit texture, which I quite like. So yes, I'm just going to give myself a bit of a sip. That's all this dry biscuit. Not bad. I don't have sugar in my coffees anymore, but I never have drinks really with any sugar in at all anymore. I used to when I was younger. As you've seen in that video I did, I used to be quite overweight. One of the ways I lost weight was to just stop having sugars in coffees, teas, calorie drinks. You know, so I always drink drinks with no calories in anymore, whether it's, you know, Diet Cokes or whatever, or coffees with no sugars. And I do have milk in my coffee, so there's calories from that, of course, but no added sugar or anything like this, you know. So I always have it just for my food basically. So yeah, some people, as they love drinks and things, you know, alcohols and stuff like this. But for me, it's all about the biscuits and sweets and stuff like that. So I just think why sort of waste calories on those things when I can be eating it, getting it from something nicer. So yes, that's my thing. But obviously some people are different, of course. So what have we got then? Half coated milk chocolate shorty. So, well, half coated milk. Okay, well I don't think we actually have that in here. There is a bigger version of this box. We can clearly see there is no half coated milk chocolate shorty. So we don't actually have that one, and it is on the back of this box. This is the box. I took that picture off, and there's nothing to say on it. There's no asterisks or anything to say that it's not in that selection. So let's. Oh, hang on, nope, I tell a lie. I just noticed it now. It is this one at the top middle there. So because it is half coated, which is the clues in the question. There we go. Look at that. So it is there. So it is one of those with a false bottom. So we could definitely have another one in there, which is poor, as we've said. So this is one where you could have more for sure. So, but there's 2 of them in here. Look, very interesting. So obviously a shortcake. So it's got like a sort of deaf disc, sort of a ninja star swirl on it. So we'll try and measure it as best we can. But obviously it's going to be one of those where it depends how you do it. Okay, so in between the sort of like, you know, blades, whatever you'd say, 5.3 centimeters, 5.4. but from the tip of a blade to the tip of a blade. It was 5.4, now it's about 5.7, 5.8, so about 4 millimeters extra there, which is about right. And the diameter, not the diameter, the thickness, about 9.4 centimeters, almost a centimeter. I say about 9.4, 9.4. So there you go. So it looks quite nice, doesn't it? I think this one definitely looks nice. Got those sort of indents at the bottom. Not bad. So these are basically sort of pretty much shortbread biscuits, pretty much maybe digestive as well with chocolate, which is not bad. It's not a bad sort of. I think they are all going to be quite sort of slightly above average biscuits. I don't think any of them are going to blow our socks off. But this one definitely is a shortbread biscuit. Very thin layer of chocolate though, as you can see, but just enough I think to give you a bit, to give it something a bit more than just a regular biscuit. And I think that's the gist of these ones. It just gives you something just to give you a bit more of an interesting taste. So there we go. But as you can see, it's very sort of shorty and crumbly. All the gaps in there. It's going to crumble a bit, absorb the coffee quite well when you dunk it. It doesn't focus on my face. Let's cover my face. Yeah, so it's going to be good for dunking this one, I think. Speaking of which, well, in fact, we won't do a dunk first. We'll taste it first. Let's do one half. Let's give it a go. Well, distinctly different this one. You can hear the crunch, I assume. Not really what I would associate with shortbread, shortcake. I don't know what there might be a difference. I'm not sure, but either way, it does seem to have a bit of more of a buttery taste. Maybe they are. I mean, I think shortbreads tend to be quite soft and crumbly, don't they? They're quite buttery. It depends how buttery they are, I think. And this one's probably not very buttery, so it's quite crunchy. I think generally the better shortbreads are quite soft, very crumbly, and very buttery basically. And this one isn't a buttery one, so I'm not too fussed about that. I think it gives you a nice change from the others, because all the others are quite crunchy actually. But this is noticeably more crunchy. But it's going to obviously withstand the dunking a bit more because of that, I think, but absorb the coffee as well. I might get a bit of a yeah. Not bad, you know, interesting one. Definitely good for dunking, that one. Yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah, Andrew, I missed your comments there. Cadbury Student. Yeah, I do remember those actually. Yeah, Cadbury do a range of biscuits every now and again, don't they? Which are a bit strange, like chocolate digestives and things. It seems seemingly quite random because you don't really expect Cadbury's to do biscuits. But yeah, didn't know why. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, that really. A bit of a shame. Quite interesting biscuit. I mean, again, not one you'd probably seek out and think, oh wow, they're amazing. But this one was it retained its hardness even when you dunked it, so it was quite an interesting one, that one. So it absorbed all the coffee, but remained quite strong, you know. So when you get, still got a bit of a crunch, but all the coffee inside as well, that nice taste. So it's actually quite an interesting biscuit, a bit of an interesting dunker, that one. I don't know really. I mean, you know, does that make it more than a 3.5? It's definitely a standout one for a different reason. It's not just the same as the others basically, and it's interesting. It's more, it adds to the selection rather than being a sort of better biscuit itself. It's just different, you know. So I think it probably still is a 3.5 out of 5, but it's close to a 4 again, another close one. But I don't think it's quite a 4. I don't think you can say it's a 4, but it works really well as a biscuit. You know, it's really good for dunking, and it adds a different dimension to the set. You know, it's not the same as like the other ones have been very similar. They're milk chocolate square, milk chocolate wheel, and the fully coated digestive. Even though digestive may be meant to be different, it tasted very similar, so maybe it's the same biscuit. But this one was a different biscuit, and it was distinctly different, and it had definitely some advantages over the others for dunking, things like this. So yeah, very nice. So adds to the set, not necessarily, you know, basically makes the set more than the sum of its parts, that sort of thing. So yeah, interesting one. But yeah, I reckon it was Mondelez, do you, Andrew, that stopped that? Yeah, it could have been. I mean, this is the problem, isn't it, at the moment? Because it probably is Mondelez. But every time Cadbury do anything negative, we just it's always Mondelez's fault. I mean, maybe Cadbury are just terrible anyway nowadays, and they're just getting by because people think it's Mondelez. Could all be Cadbury's decisions, who knows? But you're probably right. I think ever since Mondelez took them over, things have noticeably been different. So yeah, I've got the white chocolate Thingy Bob Marvelous Smashables, whatever it's called, to review. Hopefully do that. Well, I don't know if I'm going to do it this weekend. I'll probably do it next weekend, so it might appear the week after, I think. We'll see. And just got a few to catch up on this weekend that I need to do. But yeah, there we go, yeah. It's an interesting one, that one. So we're done halfway through. So let's see. So now we've got the, the choc crumble. So this is basically there's 3 cookies in this one. There's the half-coated, oh no, not the half-coated, the white choc crumble, the chocolate chip cookie, and the choc crumble. So they're sort of like, so they've called, they've just called it crumble rather than cookie, basically. But it's nice, actually, because cookies are, as I was explaining before, quite a nice biscuit, I think. As I say, quite crumbly. The crumbleness of the chocolate chip cookie was actually pretty good. But this one, again, we've got only 2 of these. Yeah, we've got 2 of these, and they've got that false bottom as well. So again, like the white chocolate ones, see here, they've got a false bottom to them, so I don't know if you can see that, just enough to mean that they can only fit 2 in rather than 3, which they did do with the, you can still see that if there's a bit of a gap at the top. But really rubbish that. It really is rubbish that. Which, it's just irritating, isn't it? It's just irritating. What can you say? You could argue that, well, it's a 300-gram box. They've some of them they just put more in than others. In order to accommodate the ones they put more in, they have to put these false bottoms on, sort of, to make it look like there's not ones missing. I get that, but it's just the fact that they could make them put more in there. So I don't really know. It swings and roundabouts. I can see where they're coming from if they argued that idea, but it's the fact that I think the fact they've only got 1 of 1 in is terrible. I think that's really poor. That really poor. There's no excuse for that. Okay, so right, so we've got diameter, we've got 5.4 centimeters there. Yeah, better than the milk ones. Yeah, is it really? I thought it'd be interesting now. Interesting. I'll have to look forward to sampling that. If it's better than the milk chocolate ones. Well, I didn't think it would be, really, to be honest with you. About 1.1 centimeters, 1.08 in height. Okay, yeah. Yeah, looking forward to tasting that one, I have to say. But Cadbury's White, yeah, it's one of those. But I think with the other bits in, maybe it would detract or enhance, rather not detract, enhance the detract as well. But that sounds too negative. I meant it in a positive way. Enhance the sort of white chocolate taste, because you're getting other tastes as well. So yeah. Okay, let's snap this in half. Again, not crammed full of. Well, it's enough. I guess there's enough cookies in there. But you see, 1/2 again doesn't have any cookies in like the last one. Okay, let's give it a taste. Let's do it. They're nice and crumbly. A few chocolate chips in there, but I think I have a lot of these things. When you actually make something that's chocolate, like chocolate sponge or chocolate biscuit like this, the actual chocolate, or the ingredient that makes the biscuit the chocolate colour, or the sponges in the cake versions, isn't as nice as the vanilla ones, ones you get in regular chocolate chips. So it's not actually as nice. It tastes more of a sort of chocolate, cocoa-y taste, but not really a chocolatey taste, if that makes sense. Give a bit of a dunk then in the old coffee. It's very crumbly, this one, so. Absorbs all the coffee really well. You can't dunk that one for that long, it would fall apart. Not bad at all, that, It's definitely one for dunking, but it's not as good as the chocolate chip cookie, that one. Even though you'd think it would be. It looks better, it's exciting, it's chocolate. You think, oh, chocolate, wow, it's going to be amazing. But when you really look at them, they're rarely as good, actually, the ones that are chocolate ones like that, the actual biscuit and all the sponge and cakes. So it has all the benefits, all the positives, all the things that the chocolate chip cookie had, but it's just not as nice. But it was nice when done, because it really absorbed all the coffee, and then you were left with like the chocolate chips. Because I've got a chocolate all over my hands. So it wasn't too bad for that reason at all, but I think it was just not quite as good as the other one. I think that one's probably. Is it better than the digestive? Well, it probably is, really. But I think as far as the set goes, I'm not sure. It's probably one of the worst ones yet, I think, that one. So I think I'm still going to go. I don't think it's much better than the digestive, really. It's a high 3, low 3.5. But I think just because of the rest of the selection so far has been better than that, I'm just going to give it a 3. Probably a bit harsh there, but as far as the set goes, that is the worst one so far. So it probably is. It technically is probably better than a 3, but I think, can't really just give everything 3.5. Forgot to distinguish them a bit, and I think that one's definitely worse one than the others. Yeah. Yeah, well, you're probably right there, Andrew. And you're probably right. Yeah, Cadbury's White's not great. Yeah, I think there's the fact as well you're expecting the worst as well, aren't you? As well, so the fact you're thinking, oh, it's not going to be a great Cadbury's White bar, and then you think, oh, actually, it's not too bad. So you're probably a bit more excited about it than you would have been otherwise. So yeah, I think you're right there. Yeah, and as you say, maybe, yeah, true. Maybe things like that do suit the white chocolate a bit better than milk chocolate. So interesting one. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Remember the Phaser bar that I reviewed? One of my first reviews, I think. Their sort of Copenhagen's travel edition bar, where it was white chocolate with I think it had jelly popping candy in, had like licorice dragees in and whatever dragees. Gorgeous bar it was, raspberry flavoured white chocolate as well. Gorgeous bar, yeah, and I think that worked really well because it was white chocolate as well. Yeah. Right, so what have we got next? We've got these. These might be a dark chocolate one actually. Look a bit darker than the others. Yeah. Half-coated plain chocolate. So there we go. That's the old term for dark chocolate. It was plain chocolate. You don't hear it much anymore. But that's what I used to always refer to dark chocolate as, was plain chocolate. And I think was it always. I don't know if it's officially called that. I don't know if Cadbury's Bourneville was referred to as plain chocolate in Cadbury's Roses and things. I'm not sure. But that was what it used to be called, or at least be referred to more often than not. I don't know if if it isn't really dark chocolate, and that's why if there's a difference. I'm not sure. But that's what I used to always call dark chocolate, was plain chocolate. And you can see these ones, yeah, these ones definitely a bit smaller, but definitely if I hold up let's get the chocolate, all the others is quite similar, but you can see the difference in colour here. Hopefully you can anyway. Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, so it might be more of a dark milky one, maybe it's just not, but and anyway, it's darker anyway. It's not, I don't know if it's dark chocolate, is it, but it's definitely darker, so I'm not sure. But yeah. Interesting one. So half-coated plain chocolate cookie. So I wouldn't describe this as a cookie at all. So it's clearly this is that's what it's called in the selection. But you can see there the bottom left, second from the left, half-coated plain chocolate cookie. But I definitely wouldn't describe this as a cookie. So it's obviously using that name to sort of mark it out a bit. Don't mind, you don't call it shorty or whatever. But okay. So measure the height. Bit difficult because there's a huge lip of chocolate on there, 5.66, 5.7 centimeters. You can see there that huge lip there. So I'll measure it without that in a minute. So without that lip, best I can. It's about 5.3637, so that's about 3 millimeters. And the width again is a bit of a lip going on, so I'll do it with the lip. About 2.9. And then with the, did I do it with the lip there? Without that lip, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that was with the lip. So without, not going to be too much different, but yeah, it might be a millimetre higher than that. About 2.7, 2.8 it was. Depends where you do it, really. And the height, this one does have the lip of the chocolate, of course, but we won't change this one because it's the way it is. About 1 centimetre. Okay, right. So, not too bad. Looks a bit interesting. Let's give it a bit of a snap. So, relatively, they're all about this sort of millimetre thick chocolate, aren't they, really? That's the way they all are. Interesting, though. Here's shortbread again, I guess. I think you'd say shortcake, whatever. Let's give it a go. It's definitely that crunch again, like the half-coated milk chocolate shorty. But distinctly a richer chocolate. It does taste of dark chocolate, actually. It does taste dark chocolatey. It's got that sort of, dark chocolate taste, basically. Yeah, that's a good one, Andrew. Yes, milky bar with cookie pieces and Rice Krispie pieces. Yeah, all those sorts of stuff. I mean, I think that, but definitely the popping candy, I think, would be interesting, like coloured bits in. Yeah, I think the cookie pieces and Rice Krispie pieces, yes. I think all that sort of stuff would be really good, actually, for milky bar. I don't know why. I'll say those bites ones were really disappointing because they went a step too far by making it sort of that weird creamy chocolate in the centre or whatever. But the bar version wasn't too bad. Yeah, hopefully they'll. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do that, Andrew. Yeah, it's a good point, really. I think it really lends itself to it. Let's give this one a dunk now. I think we're going to get the same as before. Absorbs the coffee quite well, but retains its crunch. Yeah. Not bad then. Not bad, that one. It's similar to the other one.
Just stands out a bit because it gives a bit more of a crunch to the biscuit. It's a different type of biscuit than all the others, basically. I think the cookies, the free cookie ones, are different. It's a very crumbly biscuit. The digestive covered one and the fully coated milk chocolate digestive, white chocolate whirl, milk chocolate whirl, and the dark milk chocolate square. They're all sort of basic digestive centres, and yeah. And the half coated ones are basically shortcake, shortbread type centres. So yeah, there's very crunchy. So different types of biscuits there. Interesting. I think this one again, it's a different one. It's the only one with dark chocolate on there or plain chocolate. So it definitely stands out again for its own right. But I still think it's probably not quite enough to make it a 4. But it just adds to the selection again by giving a bit of variety. So with me, it's still another 3.5 out of 5, I think. Yeah, not bad at all. So I think now we're on to the one where they've only got one in the selection here. I mean, there's only one of these. This milk chocolate shortcake. So, it's just poor, isn't it? I mean, look, you can see. Let's say, look at it in the middle. It's that one in the centre where there's a gap now. Because there's only one in. You could just see, look at that. You could definitely fit 2 in there. I said it before, you can see the gap there as well. It's really poor, that. It's really poor. Yeah, it looks nicer, doesn't it, Rick? Exactly. So the one that looks good, they've only put, it's a really thick one, the one that everyone's going to want, and there's only one of them in there. So if you imagine, a selection should have at least, I mean, like this, they range between 2 and 3 biscuits. So each one, there should be at least 2 of each one. So if you have, if you're sharing this with someone, only one person can, unless you split it in half. That's no fun, is it? You know what I mean? So yeah, okay, but it does definitely looks nice. Definitely looks the best one. Definitely looks thick and yeah. So it's about 4.9 centimeters in diameter. It's probably not a perfect circle, but it's about 1.2 centimeters tall. There we go. Let's give it a split. So again, it's another shortcake one. So it's probably on a similar vein to the half-coated ones. See if we can snap it. Yes, but look, you see, it's got a really thick chocolate top, this one. So again, you see, it's definitely going to be probably the best one in the set, but there's only one of them. It's a bit of a crime, that, to be honest with you. It's really not on that. Okay, let's give it a taste. Let's do it. You can noticeably taste the chocolate in this one. Yeah, it's really nice. It's got that sort of same shortcake shortcake, yes, as the half coated ones, but it seems to be a bit more prominent, and it's I don't know. I think it's not quite thicker really, so I'm not sure. I think it's just because of the fact that it's a really thick chocolate topper. It just sort of seems to it's just more prominent. The biscuit has more of a presence, I think, if it's the gist of it. It's a similar biscuit, of course. Yeah. What's your childhood? Yeah, see. Exactly, yes. These are the special ones, aren't they, that you have in these selections that you always go for and get. They're really nice. Sometimes covered in foil as well. The ones with these selections sometimes have ones covered in foil, and the foil ones are always ones you think, oh, they must be something special. They're probably no different than the others, but so let's give this one a bit of a taste. But yeah, it's definitely one that stands out. A bit of a dunk. It's definitely one that stands out than the others. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Really absorbs the coffee pretty well and remains crunchy, so it's a pretty good one, that one. Yeah, that chocolate on the top really does add to it. It's just really thick. It's the only one that really gives you a very strong sense of chocolate, you know what I mean? The others are there, but it's more of an accompaniment. This one it is sort of the dominant taste with a crunch. It definitely stands out. It's definitely a more indulgent biscuit than the others. It's like one you more likely get in the Fox's biscuit selection. It definitely stands above the others, and it's a travesty that there's only one in there. Honestly, really is. I think it's definitely one that stands out. It's definitely a 4 out of 5. This one, it's definitely the best one so far, and it will be the best one in the set, I imagine. I don't think the other two will be as good as this one. It's on another level, really. It's more about the chocolate than the biscuit, this one, really, even though the biscuit is, ratio wise just as prominent as the chocolate, but the thickness of the chocolate means it's really is there to be tasted, and it's a very nice biscuit, that one. Very nice biscuit. And as you say, it's like one of those you always get in those sets at Christmas or whatever, a jar, you know, when you're younger and things. I mean, I don't seem to get them as much anymore, but it's one of those where if you have a lot of people around or whatever, you'll get like selections and things, won't you? And just for people to taste, and you'll think, oh, what would be nice to get, and people generally get this sort of thing. Yeah, so definitely nice, that one, really nice. 4 out of 5 for sure. 4 out of 5 for sure. Yeah, so as I say, you might have, I don't know if you missed this by the way, but yeah, I'm hoping to do midweek another live chat as well. I think just looking at basically my stash of chocolates, essentially, just talking through the latest chocolates I've bought and got, and what I'm ready to review and need to review, and what's really, getting close to its sell by date I need to get reviewed. So I'm going to probably do that on Wednesday nights, probably about 7 p.m. British Standard Time, so UK time basically. So hopefully you can all make it, by the way. Fingers crossed. I know Joe might be difficult for you because that might be about 2 in the afternoon your time, I'm not sure. So mind you, well, yeah, it might be difficult. So hopefully you can make it or watch on catch up at least, but fingers crossed. But yeah, hopefully, Wednesday at 7 o'clock I'm going to try and do something like that. So I might be posting a thing about it soon. So so hopefully do 2 lives a week basically. So it'd be good to see you there. A bit more of a discussion one, I think, that one. Not me tasting stuff, as I say, but it'd be good to have you there. Yes, okay, I think it probably would be. I think it probably would be, Andrew, the white chocolate crumble. Yeah, the selection's pretty good actually. I mean, it's not blowing my socks off or anything, but it's good quality biscuits that all taste nice. You know what I mean? There's no real weak ones. They've all got some, and there's different ones as well. There's different types of biscuit. They all, there's different, different textures. They're subtle. They're not, massively different, but they're subtle enough. Digestive ones, the cookie ones, the shortcake ones, and there's enough of a different type. So yeah, it's a very interesting one. Very interesting one. Yes. See, should we? Yes, that's it, Rick. That is it. Basically, yeah. YouTube takes 30%. So all the monies I get from all this, YouTube is taking 30%. Yeah, YouTube's taking 30%. So it's a bit, so it's one of those. But unfortunately, it's. I don't know. I don't like to make too much of an emphasis on that really, because it kind of might put people off, I think. But the gist of it is that it's one of those. But of course, they are the medium that allows me to broadcast to you. I think So what can I say? It's one of those, isn't it? It's one of those. But they do make it easy. They do make it convenient. They do give you the medium to do it. So yeah. So the gist of it is, yes, I do have paper behind the scenes. Yeah. So. But it's one of those, it becomes a bit complicated when you start to do it like that. So I'm not sure, but yeah. Well, I'll look into that then, Rick, and let you know then. Yes, I'll let you, but don't be, I don't know what to, I'm not sure what to suggest really. It's one of those, I think. Because I think with, I'll look into that and, maybe I'll put a link to it some way on the channel, and do that. Maybe I'll try and do that somehow, yeah. Put a PayPal donation link or something if you prefer to do that. If you don't feel it's one of those where I always feel a bit bad about talking like things like this, because obviously I want people to enjoy the channel, not feel they need to be donating to me and stuff like that. But obviously it's great if you do, so I can't complain at all. It does fund the chocolates. So I say I don't make any money from this channel at the moment. I mean, if I had 1 million subscribers and everyone obviously donated $1 each, I'd get $1 million, and I couldn't spend that in a month on chocolate. So I can't say that I'll never make money from the channel, but I don't have that going on at the moment. And basically, the costs are pretty much. I'll have to specifically pay for an internet connection just to allow me to do these, because my regular internet isn't good enough because I don't have the upload speed. So that's about £30 a month or 25. And then there's all the chocolate, which is probably £20 a month, depends on what I spend. And if I get a secure address for people to send stuff to, that's probably, that's not too bad actually. It was looking like it was ridiculous, but it probably won't be about £2 a month or something. So the expenses are quite high really, so it's not one of those where I don't make, it'll take a bit before I make money from the channel, I think. And I generally would like to plow it back into the channel, such as with the Hotel Chocolate Egg, for instance, which was like £30 or something, so I will try and put it back into the channel rather than just hoard it away. I think, oh yes, there's my retirement fund, The idea is really to sort of be putting it back into the channel, so by doing more, spending more time on it, doing more things, getting more graphics and stuff, there's lots of things to be done really. And of course, as well as being able to do this, I bought myself a new PC as well, so it's going to be a long time before the channel pays off this PC. Although I do use it for other reasons as well, so it's not really just for this. So there we go. But Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's one of those. Well, this is why I used to do this Patreon as well. I'm Rick, and Patreon only takes a smaller percent. But the problem with Patreon is it's separate from the channel, so it's harder to link everything in. So I've removed all the. I mean, Patreon just still takes a percentage, by the way, but Patreon might be the one to look at. So I'll look into it for you and let you know. So maybe, but the Patreon does it's a monthly thing as well, though, Rick. So it's a commitment then. It's not like a one-off payment. So, yeah. Perhaps, yeah, I'll look into that for sure. Well, do have a PayPal set up. I did set it up, but I will look into it. Yeah, it's one of those where I'll have to look into it basically, and yeah, and I'll let you know. But as I say, there is Patreon as well, but that is a monthly thing. So yeah, perhaps send me a message in the Discord chat or something, just so I could perhaps sort of talk to you more about it or whatever and things like this. But yeah, but I know what you mean. You're probably thinking, oh, hang on, I'm causing you more hassle now. But you're not. Don't worry. It's nice for you to sort of inquire about this. So please don't feel it's a problem. Yeah. So there we go. I think the problem with the reason I'm reluctant with PayPal is because I think it gives your personal details out, like your address and things like this. Of course, not that I don't trust you or anything, but one of those sort of like the big things to say with with online stuff and is just never give your personal details out because you just don't know where they'll end up, so there is that as well, basically. Yeah, so I've just got to be careful with things like that. So that is my one thing with PayPal that I'm a bit unsure about. You can set up a business account and things like this, but it's just other stuff. I haven't I haven't had a need to register this as a business or anything like that yet, so it's something that might need to do as well at some point. Yeah. So there is a bit of complexity about it, basically. Yeah, it's not. Things are never straightforward. They're never straightforward. But yeah, there we go. But yes, yeah, it's one of those, Rick. Yeah, But yeah, but thanks for it. It's very nice of you to actually want to be supporting a channel like this, by the way. So I do appreciate it a lot. But yeah, I know. Well, let's face it. Most people are normal people that aren't going to do anything to be horrible to anyone. But it's just the fact that you've just, unfortunately, you've just got to bear it in mind, I think, and just be careful with things like that, So, yeah, stuff like this. Because unfortunately, if I do set up a PayPal and someone does manage to get the address or something like that somehow, I don't, you know what I mean? Because he could probably guess it as well, stuff like this. Because it'll probably be my Gmail account or something like that. So, stuff like that. You've just got to, look into it really. So there we go. But I don't, as I said, I don't think I specifically have PayPal for this address. So there we go, yeah. Complexities, there we go. Nothing is ever straightforward. But yeah, we'll look into it. You're right, Rick, you're right. I mean, this is why I originally went with PayPal. Sorry, everyone, I'm kind of digressing here, but this is why I originally went with not PayPal, with this Patreon, because it was just more about, it was less taking, well, also I had to, because YouTube didn't give me the opportunity then. But I wanted to try to stick with it, but because it's not prominent on YouTube, you can't promote it as well, and people have to go to another site, and whether people would want to do that, and stuff like this. So yeah, I don't know, but yes, I will think about that. I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated about that one. But I didn't think it would tell you actually that that it took 30%. So I didn't think it would tell you that. I thought it would just be YouTube would handle it and just give me the other side. So it's a bit funny that it tells you that. Yeah, I guess it's good. It's transparent, but you would have thought they would have avoided that. Okay, so let's give this one a measure. So it's going to be the same as the others, I think. 5.3. But yeah, sometimes I kind of think, well, maybe it's fair enough because they are providing the opportunity for me. So they are giving me the platform to do all this. I'll just do that one again. Yeah, about 1.1, 1.05, 1.1 centimetres in height. So it swings and roundabouts, Rick. I'm not sure what to make of it, really. It's the way of it with all these things, isn't it? Google Play, Apple Store, they all take a cut, because they're providing the service, aren't they? You know what I mean? So, yeah. Okay, so expecting the same as the others, really, with this one. Very crumbly cookie biscuit. But this time with white chocolate pieces. It seems to have like milk chocolate pieces in as well. But you can see there the crumbliness. Lots of aerations there to absorb your dunking when you were dunking in a drink. It does seem to have... I don't know if it's just where they've caught the white chocolate pieces catch when they're being cooked or baked. Yeah, so we'll zoom in on it. Focus in. Yeah, I think it might be where they catch in the oven, actually. I don't think they are milk chocolate. It just looked distinctly like they were before, but I think it is just where they catch. I'll say, well, that looks to be clearly milk chocolate, doesn't it? This one on the other one. Yeah, it is, definitely. So I don't know what to make of that. It seems to have a bit of a mix of milk chocolate piece in some of them. Yeah. Okay, let's give this a taste. Let's do it. Not bad. It's quite hard to taste the white chocolate pieces in them, to be honest with you. I mean, definitely, yeah. It's not standing out as much. You can taste more of the biscuit than the actual white chocolate pieces. Not sure why that is. I don't know if it's just the white chocolate just doesn't stand out enough. I thought this would be quite tasty, but I'm not sure. Let's give it a dunk. Yeah, I think the white chocolate doesn't stand out at all actually in these ones. You'd think it would do. White chocolate's quite a prominent taste normally. But this one, yeah, you might be disappointed in this one, Andrew, I think. It's a bit disappointing really, this one. I think it's the white chocolate, you can't really taste it. You know, there's something there, but you can't really taste it. It could be, yeah, it could almost just be a harder chunk of biscuit really, for all, you know, you're just not really getting it. It's really disappointing actually, this one. I think it's probably a bit weaker than the actual, yeah. Which was it? Was it a chocolate chip? I can't remember which one we gave the average. Was it the chocolate chip one? I'm not sure. There's one that we gave pretty average. Yeah, the dark chocolate one, the choc crumble. It's probably worse than that one really. It just doesn't really even have any. It doesn't really have anything about it. Just you can just taste biscuit really. It's the only one I think really that is just tasting very normal at the moment. The others have something about them, so it's very disappointing actually. I say just not able. I'll just try the other one because there's only 2 of these in the box. Let's give it another taste again, just see if it's any different. Yeah, this was the half of the milk chocolate pieces. I can taste a bit of those. Yeah. Not really getting much of a white chocolate taste with it. It is there, but I'm just not getting much of it. It's very, yeah, disappointing on this one. Yeah, disappointing one. I think this might be, yeah, I don't know, is it? Yeah, I think it's probably a low 3, this one, maybe a 2.5. I'm not sure. I might, yeah, I think based on the set, this is probably the weakest one in the set, really, unfortunately. And it's really, you know, you'd think it'd be distinct and different because of the white chocolate, and it just isn't. And I don't want to give it a 3 or a 2.5. I think it's probably, I think a digestive. It's probably just on a par of a digestive. It might be, well, no, I think it's probably less interesting. I'm gonna go based on the other in the set as well, and it stands out as being distinctly worse. And I am going to say 2.5 out of 5 for that one. That is very disappointing, that one. Yeah, really surprised at that. I thought it would definitely have a bit more about it, but that white chocolate, you just couldn't really taste it at all. It just wasn't really a very good white chocolate, really. So very disappointing, that one. Yeah, disappointing. So yeah, 2.5 out of 5 for that one. Yeah, I thought that could be a nice mix to it and provide something a bit different like the rest of them in the set. You know, all being quite distinct, but it's just not. Yeah, the other ones all have that chocolate just to lift a normal biscuit up a bit. But that one, the chocolate just doesn't really exist at all. Yeah, and it doesn't really, and because when you dunk these, normally the soft biscuit all sort of melts away almost when you bite it, and you're just left with the chunks of chocolate. But in this one, again, you still can't really taste them. You know, the white chocolate just isn't really a very good white chocolate. So, real shame, real shame. But yes, yeah. Okay, on to the last one now. On to the last one. Yes, that's obviously this is the what's it? The milk chocolate biscuit. Milk chocolate biscuit. Oh, it can be called the milk chocolate finger, but it's just that's a bit rubbish, isn't it? It's just called the maybe Cadbury's Fingers have trademarked it, but milk chocolate biscuit it's called, which is a bit poor because you would expect that just to be a regular biscuit. But this one's clearly finger shaped, so bit of a poor one. I feel like I need to sneeze, but there we go. There we go. That's me. Yeah, so yes, let's give it a measure on the length of it. A bit of a sticky out bit at the top, so we'll try and avoid that. Yeah, about 7.5 centimetres. Yeah, and about 1.7 in width. There we go, at the bottom at least. Flat at the bottom, so I'll try and measure it roughly at the top a bit. It's quite difficult. Yeah, about 1.6. Yeah, about 1.6. Interesting one. So let's just split it in half. There we go, you can see. Yes. Yeah, not too bad. So yes, this one looks a bit more of a digestive sensor for sure. So it looks like a milk, basically a milk chocolate digestive, but in finger shape. So this is, I'm quite sure this is a digestive. So let's give it a taste. Quite soft actually. Yeah, distinctly a digestive sensor, I would say. You can see it's kind of been got that discoloration at the bottom as well. It's been baked a bit. Not bad one, this one actually. Not bad. It's a bit of a dunk. It's a bit thinner though, but it's a bit of a smaller one. Yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. It's as I say, it's very much a milk chocolate digestive. That one. It's pretty nice actually. Again, doesn't stand out too much. It's just a different shape. I think the shape does lend itself to have a different style of taste. It seems a bit softer for some reason. I think it's just because, I don't know why that is. It just seems to come across a bit softer. It could have just been because, I don't know. I've had the shortcake ones relatively recently. So, but yeah, it's not bad at all, that. I think, again, not going to stand out too much. It's just lifted slightly because of the chocolate covering. I think it's definitely more of an indication that those fully coated milk chocolate digestive ones in this one aren't as thick a chocolate as the regular fully coated ones. So definitely not as indulgent as those. And it's a bit of a con, really. I think they should be the same products, and I don't think they are. I really don't think they are. But I could be wrong, but I really don't think they are. But these ones, yeah. That's the last one in the set, really. So what do we think as a whole? Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. An interesting one. I think definitely not a weak set. I don't think it's going to be one that's super indulgent, going to blow your socks off. It's definitely like just regular biscuits with a slight enhancements, really, is the way you look at it. So basically the family circle ones, but just bumped up a level, really, is the gist of it. They're not as good as the Fox's selections or any indulgent selections you get with lots of ones with foils in and creams in and stuff. These are kind of regular biscuits, but they're nice regular biscuits. I say ones with chocolate in. I think it's a nice selection as well. They all look the same, but there's distinctly 3 different types of biscuit. When I say they all look the same, they've all got, you think, oh, they're just biscuits or whatever, but they've all got there's 3 different textures. There's the shortcake ones, the digestive ones, and the cookie ones, basically. I think the cookie ones are the slight disappointment because the choc crumble one and the white choc crumble one are distinctly poor for different reasons. I think the choc crumble one is just that the actual biscuit itself is a bit mundane, even though you think it'd be nice because it's chocolate biscuit. Or chocolate cocoa biscuit. The white chocolate one is disappointing because the actual chocolate chips are just, you can't really taste them, so they're very disappointing for that reason. But the chocolate chip cookie was actually pretty nice. Yeah, it was a different texture. The actual biscuit was nice, and the chocolate chips were good in that as well. Then of course we got then I think the digestive sort of ones, the milk chocolate biscuit, the fully coated one, the milk chocolate wheel, and the milk chocolate square. They were very nice indeed as well. Just to say, just quite a standard affair, but just different ways of having the same thing, really. And I think they worked quite well enough to be different. And then there was the other 4. The half-coated ones. 3 different types there. Sorry, there's only 3. As I can't know the white chocolate one back something again. And then the milk chocolate shortcake as well, which is actually the best one in the set because it had such a thick layer of chocolate, but only had 1 of them in, which is criminal. And that brings me on to the main problem with the set, is the fact that they've artificially limited certain numbers of biscuits. And it's some of them you can think, well, okay, I can live with that. There's only they've included let's see, they've included 3 of one type of cookie. Within the milk chocolate one, the regular chocolate cookie, chocolate chip cookie. There's 3 of those, but only 2 of the other types, the choc crumble and the white choc crumble. And there's only 1 of the milk chocolate shortcake. And as you've seen, I'm sure, but I'll just emphasise it again because of false bottoms like this one here in the middle, which would only accommodate 1 biscuit. When clearly you could see if this was wider, it could fit 2 of them in. So you can see here. So it's some of them have just got slight raises at the bottom to stop them having an extra biscuit in, so you have 2 rather than 3, and that happens on at least 3 occasions. So those reasons alone are just really disappointing, really. And and I think that's the main problem. And I know you can probably say, well, it's only designed to fit so many in. which is fine for when, you know, maybe you say, well, I've got 2 rather than 3, and you think, well, or if there was 3 of other ones, it would raise the cost of the prior product and it wouldn't be a 300-gram box. But the fact you've only got 1 in of one of them, the best one in the set, I think is really cheeky. There should definitely, if there was 2 of those in, I think we could probably forgive it for the whole thing, but there's only 1 of them, and I think that's unfair in the chocolate selection, because presumably there's going to be more than one person picking from them generally. And that means only one person is going to get to try the best biscuit in the set, and I think that's a real shame for that, and it's probably enough to really lower the selection by half a mark, really. So I think normally I probably would have given it a 4, because it just worked quite well, and was good at what it did, and it was an interesting selection, and it was just a nice set of biscuits with no real weak ones, maybe other than the white chocolate crumble one. Even then, though, you could perhaps argue, well, at least it's white chocolate, it's got a bit of variety in it, but it still didn't quite work as well. But I think I'm going to have to lower it by half a mark, really, and give it a 3.5 out of 5 for the whole thing. And which is a shame, but it's just not fair to only have one of the biscuits in the chocolate selection. It's just really not fair, and it's the best one in the set as well. And it's artificially done. Yeah, you know, and they could have reduced 1 by 1 if they perhaps put one less of the regular milk chocolate cookie in, you know, so they had 2 of each of the cookies and then 2 of those milk chocolate shortcakes. I don't see why they couldn't have done that, you know. Or even done something, reduce the finger numbers. You know, they gave you 3 of those. Well, they're not officially fingers, but there's 3 of them. There's 2 in the box now. You could fit 4 in, of course, so that's the other problem. But yeah, so, you know, just things like that, you know. I understand why they do it and there's reasons for it, but it just looks like they're conning you out of biscuits. And I think that's a bit of a shame. So 3.5 out of 5. But nonetheless, still nice and enjoyable, and definitely a step up from the family circle. So there we go. Well, there we are then, reached the end of that day. I hope you enjoyed that then. Bit of an interesting one actually. One you probably don't normally consider. This such as perhaps a normal thing to see in the shops, aren't they really? But it's nice to get into it and have a real look at it all. And there's definitely some good biscuits there and a good selection. Not going to blow your socks off, I think that's the gist of it, but not bad at all, not bad at all. Yes, very nice indeed. Yes, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks everyone for your support as always. Joe, Andrew, good to see you again. Scotty as well, because I call you James and Scotty, but yes. Joe, yes, Rick, of course, and Andrew. And I say Scotty, you know, if you watch this on catch up, great to, you know, you always support the channel, so it's really good of you as well. And Rick, yeah, thanks for obviously inquiring into how to support and things. I guess the gist of it is, perhaps don't worry, you know, it's one of those where it's a bit disappointing, a bit difficult to support the channel, but wherever you do it, someone's going to take a cut. And I think the convenience for myself and yourself is probably worth something, and that's the gist of it really. And that's kind of how I'm looking at it, you know, because unfortunately, if I've got loads of different ways of doing it, it's hard to keep track of and things. So there is that, but I will look into it for you because obviously, you know, you want to be supporting me, not YouTube, don't you? You know what I mean? So I understand that entirely, yeah. So one of those, but however you do it, it's great that you're here as well, and great to have you. You're supporting me just by being here, so that's really useful and really appreciated. So thank you so much. And yeah, thanks, Joe. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Hope you're having a lovely day. Hope I think it's been raining while we've been on air. So yeah, it looked like a nice day. It's turned out to be terrible here in the UK, but as I say, I'm sure you're watching this from the beach. So I'm sure you're enjoying the weather where you are. But no, thanks so much, everyone. It's been really great. As I say, your support truly, really is wonderful. And I realise you can't always make the lives, or you can't always, you know, subscribe to the channels, things like, by which I mean become a member and stuff like that. So please don't worry about it. Just by being here, supporting, watching the videos, clicking the like button, leaving comments, stuff like this really supports me as well. So there we go. So it's hugely appreciated. But I'd say if you like Rick or whatever, you know, and you want to support in other ways, yeah, do let me know, and I will try and look into it for you. You know, it's really appreciated that as well, that you're trying to do that, and it's very nice of you, as I say. But yeah, really appreciate it, so thank you so much. Okay guys, well, hope you have a lovely weekend. Thanks again for watching. As I say, I'll be trying to do another live on Wednesday, 7 PM UK time, BST, British Summer Time. So yeah, try and join me then. It won't be a review time, it'll be just one sort of going over various products that I've got ready to review and things like this. But another chance to just interact with you, you know, see you in the chats and stuff, and be more about the chatting as well, perhaps, and just talking about things. We'll see how it goes anyway. Just thought it'd be nice to have something different going on as well. So if you fancy that, hopefully I'll see you there. But as I say, we'll be in the week. Might be difficult for yourself and Rick and Jow to join, I'm not sure. Maybe I could start doing it later, I don't know. But then there's always going to be someone who can't make a certain time. So I want to try and do it so that people can make it. So we'll see how it goes. See if you can make it. As I say, let me know. Yeah, let me know if you can make it. 7 PM British Standard Time. So have a look into that, see if it's the time you could make on Wednesdays probably. I could try and bump it up to be a bit later maybe. Have to see what's best really. Have to see, maybe I'll do a little poll or something maybe after this to see what time people would prefer. Normally people on my YouTube channel are sort of around 4 p.m. my time is the gist of it. I think the YouTube heat, but it could also be a self-fulfilling prophecy where it's because I'm publishing videos at certain times that people are there at certain times. So there we go. So there we are. So it's one of those. So I'll do a poll, something like that. Yeah, weekend is good. Yeah, well that's it. You see, yeah. So it's the fact that I probably can't do 2. Well, maybe I could do 2 at the weekend. It's difficult basically at the weekend to do some. I'll have a look into it. I'll have a think about it. Yeah, I'll let you know. Maybe I could do one on Sunday night. Maybe Sunday nights even. Maybe. So it might be possible for you to do. Yes. Yeah, Wednesday. Well, yeah, I'll try and work something out. We can always move it around, see what time fits people. But I'll still be doing the regular one on Saturdays, Rick. So we'll still be doing this one every Saturday. Yeah. So the Saturday ones will still be at the same time. But I just thought I'd try and do another one at another time. So we'll see how it goes anyway. I thought maybe having it spaced out a bit might be a better way of doing it. But who knows? We'll try and work something out, see what's good for people. Maybe I can move it around and see what happens anyway. But I'd like to try and keep it a decent time, whatever. But yeah, the weekend ones, the Saturdays 4 p.m. UK time will still be going on. I'll just try and do another one, which isn't a review, just a regular sort of other type of live. Just going over what I've got to review and what's in my backlog and stuff like this. Yeah, I thought maybe Wednesday, but we'll see. I'll see what time people can make it. Because I'd like it so everyone can make it as well. Yourself and Jow, for instance, I know you're on different time zones. Basically a few hours behind UK time, so it'd be nice to be able to accommodate you as well, of course. But it's just the fact that, I've just wary of the fact that it's always going to be a problem that someone can't make it and things like this. This is it. So, but yeah, I'll look into Sundays. Maybe Sunday would be good. It's one of those where Sundays can be a bit difficult because sometimes I've got to catch up on other things on Sundays. So I'm just wary of, putting too much into a day where I might not be able to consistently make it. You see, so that's the problem. So. But we'll see. I'll do a poll or something like that. So keep an eye out for me posting something on YouTube. I'll do a poll perhaps, and keep an eye. I'll perhaps put some times on or something like that. See what people say. But I think a lot of people watch my live reviews on catch up. You see, so a lot of people, who do watch it, don't watch it live anyway, so they don't really care. You know what I mean? So it's one of those. So I might not get very many votes on it really because people might not be too bothered. So. Yeah, there we go. So it might end up being a draw. So there we are. Oh dear. But yeah, thanks so much. As I say, guys, thanks so much. As I say, thanks again, Rick, for inquiring how to support the channel. I think long story short is, if you, I'll try and work something, but it's just there's probably never going to be a perfect solution. I think is the gist of it. But I will try and look into something and trying to find out. I'm just trying to keep it as I say, something that's convenient for everyone, really. So there we go. But I do really appreciate you trying to support the channel. It's very much appreciated, as I say. And I appreciate you, Jow, as well, for turning up and taking the time to watch my videos as well. And of course, you as well, Rick. Okay, take care, guys. Have a lovely weekend. Enjoy it. Enjoy your chocolates, whatever you eat. Enjoy your cream eggs, Rick. Thanks again, everyone. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. See ya. Bye.